I have the privilege to interview Mr. Duncan Pegg, the member of Stretton. Hello, Duncan.
Namaste, Sat Shri Akal, great to be joining with you.
Thank you very much for accepting and coming to the studio today. Duncan, need to know, what is your connection with India?
Well, I've been to India. I was really lucky to go to India back in 2016. I was there for about 10 days, so I had a huge amount of fun, but it was business. I was part of the Observer Research Foundation conference, which was a really interesting conference where we got to learn a lot about foreign affairs and a lot about India. So I spent most of my time in Delhi and also spent some time in Agra, which was very enlightening.
Okay, so you visited Taj Mahal.
I did. I was lucky to visit the Taj Mahal and a few places around Delhi. Obviously, the conference had a lot of obligations, so a lot of time was spent in the conference room, but I did get to go out and see Delhi and see some of Agra as well, and India is a very beautiful country.
That's amazing. And you won a debate competition in India? What was it all about?
Yeah, I did. So they have as part of the conference, they have a debate. So it wasn't just me, it was a gentleman, he was from the USA. So we teamed up and we were very fortunate to win the debate over there. So I can say that I've won something in India, I guess. So it holds really good memories for me.
That's amazing. And you actually met the President of India in the trip?
Yeah, we had an address by the President of India. We also got to visit the Presidential Palace, which was an amazing privilege. And we also got to spend some time with some of the disadvantaged children, played some soccer with them. No cricket.
No cricket.
Played some soccer. So I think my legs are still sore from playing with them, some very energetic youngsters.
Oh,
so
wow.
Got to see quite a bit of India, and I hope to go back in the near future.
We hope so too. So Duncan, you are MP and you're very young. Why did you actually join Parliament? What was the reason? And if you can share it with the viewers, would be great.
Okay, well, I'm not that young. I turned 40 not long ago, so I don't feel as young as I did. But I was lucky. I got elected almost 6 years ago. And for me, a big thing before I was elected, I was a lawyer. So I've got a brother, I've got triplet brothers. So one's a doctor, one's an accountant, one's a journalist, and my youngest brother's in the Air Force. So for me, the importance of education and the opportunities that provides are really, really important. I'm a product of state schooling, and so are all my brothers. So to me, education and that importance and the way it can help people and advance people is a really, really important motivating factor for me in politics.
You actually go out a lot in the Indian community and multicultural community, I must say, and your electorate is full of multicultural people?
Yeah, that's right. So I'm fortunate I represent the most multicultural electorate in the whole of Queensland. So there's lots of multicultural parts of Queensland, but my part of Queensland is the most multicultural. So we've got the most amount of people born overseas of any electorate in the state, and the most amount of people speaking a language other than English of any electorate in the state, and of course a big and diverse Indian community, which is always lots of fun to spend some time with. Yes,
that's how I have seen you in many events, Duncan. You have been to Diwali, Sikh, you have been to the Gurudwara, you have been many places with the community leaders.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and we've got a fantastic Indian community here in Brisbane that continues to grow, that makes a huge contribution not only culturally, but also to business, to employment, and to our community. The Indian community is also very, very generous. Of course, we've had some really tough times with COVID, and the celebrations that we're used to having every year have to be celebrated in a different, more private way, which has been unfortunate. But I think the community's been outstanding throughout this difficult period, and the vast majority of people have done the right thing, and that's how we've kept the infection rate down here in Queensland.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so you get along very well with Indian community. Is this the love of cricket you have, or?
I think cricket's part of it. I'm a big cricket fan, so I'm the chair of the Parliamentary Friends of Cricket. I think everybody that knows me knows I'm a massive cricket fan, so I'm looking forward to the Australia-India series, the Border Gavaskar Trophy, coming up in a few months' time, hopefully at the end of the year, and it's great to see that there'll be a test match played in Brisbane. But, you know, I love Indian food, I love Indian culture, and having had the opportunity I think more Australians should go to India. I think I've got a better understanding of the Indian community and India, having visited as well.
Yeah, I only know Brett Lee because
Okay.
he's very quite famous over there as a
Yeah.
cricketer, and people love him in there.
Yeah.
So no, so as I asked you about the journey of your life and how you got into what you're doing right now, what was the reason?
Well, I was born in Townsville, and then I grew up in Rockhampton, so I did all my schooling in Rockhampton. Then when I was 17, I wanted to study law, and you couldn't study law in Rockhampton. So 23 years ago, I moved to the south side of Brisbane. I've been there ever since. So it's a wonderful community. It's a wonderful part of the world. So as a lawyer, I focused on representing individuals,
Yeah.
not big companies who are disadvantaged. And so I see my work in the Parliament subsequently as an extension of that, except I get to help more people on a bigger level, and I get to represent my local community, which is really important to me.
So what made you join politics?
Well, it's a very interesting question. It's a question that a lot of people ask. I didn't think at the time our local area was getting the representation and the funding that it deserved. And having lived on the south side of Brisbane for a very long time, we're a growing community, we're a diverse community, and when you have that growth and diversity, you need government services to match, and that wasn't happening in my view. So I decided to step up and represent my local area and my community and stand for election. I was very fortunate to have the support of the community and get elected in 2015 and to be re-elected in 2017.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, you just turned 40, but you're still young, Duncan,
Okay.
and you stand as a example to many of the youngsters whom I have met, and that's how we all see you. Duncan, the other question was, what is your future plans? What do you want to do for your community, your area? What you're working on something?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, our area is a growing area and it needs services to match. So at the moment, we've delivered new classrooms, a new performing arts centre at Stretton State College. We've had upgrades and improvements to just about every school in the electorate, which is fantastic. At the moment, I'm working on some new bus stops in the Stretton area directly, and also an upgrade of Bow Desert Road, because that's a busy road that more and more people, there's a lot of estates and people living there in the Callum Vale area. So we've got a $30 million upgrade to Bow Desert Road, which is really going to improve people getting to where they need to go. It means they'll get to work quicker, they'll get to school quicker, and they'll get to come home quicker and spend more time with their families, which is vitally important.
Absolutely, that's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Welcome back.